Welcome to the Unshakeable Talks with me, Katy. This is where we lift the lid on what entrepreneurs are really going through. The struggles, the myths, the mistakes, and the things we've been sold to. This is where we talk about how we balance business and life. This isn't another podcast teaching strategy. This is where we talk about the raw, real truth about female entrepreneurship and what it really means to run a business and life and combine both of them together. Running a business as a woman isn't harder, it's just different. And it's time we talk about this. There is no cap on what we can achieve, because behind every business, there's the stuff no one dares to talk out loud. Welcome to the Unshakeable Talks. This is a What No One Says episode. And in today's episode, I would like to talk to you about the quiet grief of growth. And this is something I'm extremely passionate about because it affects literally everyone. Every single one of us, if you would like to admit it or not, it does affect you. And what it comes back to is once you start doing something for yourself, whatever that may be, you will lose people around you. And in today's episode, I would like to talk to you about this in a bit more detail, how that can show up. For example, a lot of women I work with who decided to finally do something for themselves and put themselves first and pursue this idea they always had within them and start their own business. They start this journey believing everyone around them will support them and will move at the same space, and they will all cheer them up on, they will clap for them, and they will be just there, and nothing will change. But the first thing I say to everyone is, and if you've worked with me, you will know this, I say, be prepared for your friends to drop like flies. And generally speaking, everyone looks at me like, what do you mean, Katy? And what I mean by this is, once you are doing something for yourself, leveling up yourself, becoming the new version of yourself, people don't generally move at the same pace. They don't understand the new you. They don't understand the progression you're going through to become that person. And that makes it really difficult for a lot of people around you to support you and to really stick around. So when you go through those different seasons in life, there's always a little bit of a disconnect you're feeling, because you may feel like really happy about doing something for yourself. It's you finally have the time, you want to look after your health, you want to create this business or want to level up within your business. Your children are maybe older, so you have a bit more time, and you feel like you have a really good circle of friends and they will be supportive, and your husband will be supportive, your partner will be supportive. And when they then actually don't give you the support you are grieving to get, that becomes quite scary. And in turn, because your nervous system wants you to stay safe and wants you to stay the way you are, because that just feels safe to you, your nervous system starts sabotaging yourself. And this is where the self-doubt kicks in. This is where you start believing, maybe that's not for me. Maybe I'm thinking a bit too big. Maybe I'm a bit too much, and maybe they're right. And the other thing is, we also have this misconception that we need a lot of people around ourselves. Like when my daughter was in prep school, I had a huge circle of friends. I have an only child, so I always made an effort of kind of connecting with people for her, so she had friends. And I remember my 30th birthday party. We had oh my God, we had, 150 guests. Most of them school moms or people who I was connected to through my child. They all came, they all drank the champagne, they all celebrated me on the day. 2 of them are still around me now. And it took me actually a few years to really wrap my head around this, that this is actually a good thing. It's so much effort to entertain such a large circle of friends or people around you in general. This is where the people pleasing comes in. This is why we women have generally speaking such a big problem with people pleasing, because we just want to make sure everyone is okay around us. Everyone feels happy. Everyone is happy with how we are, what we do, and everyone is taken care of. So leveling up yourself as though you have to let go of those things. You have to let go of the people pleaser. You have to let go of the person who's the perfect friend, the fixer, the person everyone comes to. And oh my God, everyone comes to me all the time with everything. Always has been. And there was a time in my life where I actually saw this as, this is me. I fix things for people. I'm there for anyone and anything. But when you're doing the work to come to your next level, you really have to shift your perception of this, and you have to shift all of those identities. And this is what makes it really hard and feel really unsafe and uncertain. And this really is where the real grief of growth comes in, because you're not actually grieving the people who are exiting your life. You're grieving the old versions of you. You're grieving the person you are right now or you used to be. And this comes all down again to visibility, because you're scared to show your new self. You're scared to show people your new boundaries, because you just feel scared of being misunderstood or being judged. Judgment, I feel like, is a big thing. Within us women, we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be judged as a mother. We don't want to be judged as a wife or partner. We don't want to be judged as a business owner. We just want to be excellent at everything we're doing. And again, if you're going into this, creating this next level for yourself with this mindset, you will naturally, your subconscious will sabotage you. So because I believe it is so important to constantly evaluate yourself and where you're at right now and who you have to become to get to your next level and to really hold your growth as well, I want to give you some tangible tips so you can actually help yourself to get to that point. And I've written them down so I make sure I communicate them correctly to you. So I want you to really, the first thing I want you to do is, I want you to, when you're on this journey of your working on your identity, I want you to enjoy both the beautiful part and the heavy part. I want you to enjoy the grief you're feeling of letting go of old versions of yourself. Because those old versions, they weren't bad. They were serving you really, really well. But they just can't take you to the next level. And it's okay to feel sad about this. It's okay to feel uncertain. And it's okay to feel a bit scared about this. So this is the first thing I really, really want you to do. The second thing I want you to do is, I want you to stop trying to make everyone around you feel comfortable. Stop worrying about everyone else. Because the pressure you're putting on yourself is most likely dictated by your own thoughts. Like, I promise you, most people don't worry the same amount about you and what you're doing, what you think they would do. Stop worrying about them. If they're in the name of Mel Robbins, let them. Let them be. If they can't move with you on this new journey, just let them. Just accept it for what it is. You are on your discovery journey. You want to level up. You want to reach your new level. So just let them be. Don't worry about that discomfort. Worry about yourself. Worry about how you're getting there. Worry about what that means for you. How does this show up for you? How will that look for you? And think about your end goal. Because none of them will actually move you towards your end goal. So this is a really, really important thing you really have to remind yourself on the daily. And the other thing I need you to do is, I need you to get around people who speak your language. I need you to be around people who get you. People who are on a similar journey. Because if you're only focusing on people who clap for you when you're at the end goal, when you achieved your goal, this is where it gets really disheartening, because it's the journey to get there what really matters. So get yourself in the room, connect with people who are like-minded, who just simply get you. And another really important thing, which I really had to learn, is you need to anchor yourself. You need to find a way to really check in with yourself. And that looks very different for everyone. A lot of people will tell you journal in the morning, be grateful, write a gratitude journal, meditate, do all of those things. And that works for a lot of people. It doesn't really work for me. I'm big in manifestation and mindset work. But in my honest opinion, this isn't the only piece which moves the needle. I'm not very good in journaling. I do it sometimes, but I'm not really good at it. I do meditate, but I have a dog. So every time I sit down to meditate, that dog is generally jumping on me. So that's not going to work. So point being here is you need to find something which works for you. And if this means you need to tell everyone to leave you the hell alone for 30 minutes in the evening before you go to bed, because you need that quiet time to really recenter yourself, then this is what needs to be done. Really make a conscious effort to do that. I mean, all of those points are really important, but this one is really important. I need you to trust and really appreciate the empty space. So when people leave your world, that makes space for something else, for someone else to come into your world, for some other bigger opportunities to enter your world. And that's a really, really beautiful thing. It's a bit bittersweet, I understand. It doesn't feel great when, for example, your long-term friend doesn't support you in your journey. But look at it from a perspective of someone leaves to make space for someone so much better to come. So if you are listening to this episode and you could resonate with what I'm saying, if you find yourself that this is you, that you're really in this frame of mind, I want you to remember that you're not the only one who's feeling like this. If I have learned one thing in the last 24 months, is that everyone feels the same way. We all feel the same way. We all have the same insecurities. We just don't talk about it enough. And this is exactly why I wanted to do this episode. And I hope you really feel that it is normal to feel like this. And I hope you can take something good out of this episode. I'm so excited to invite you to my free Shake Up Your 2026 challenge. This is a 2-week challenge live in Telegram with me. 2 weeks to audit your life and your business, to redefine success and to shake up your 2026. Head to the link in the show notes to sign up today. Thank you for listening to today's episode.